This is the W09 from 2018. And visually, you may think this looks the same as its predecessor, the W08. Well, the regulations stayed very similar between the two seasons, but there are some very noticeable aerodynamic differences between the two cars. One of the most visible is on the engine cover. For 2018, the shark fin was banned, as well as the T-wing aero device. But if you move a little further back, you can see that sometimes regulations don't stop the teams from innovating. It was also the first season for the Halo, a safety device made of titanium to protect the driver in the event of an incident. The Halo remains on the cars today and is identical for every team. Surprisingly, it didn't make much of a difference to the drivers or the design team, but it had to be incorporated into the design of the chassis. Because the rules were so similar and the foundation of the previous year's car was so good, the W09 was simply an evolution of the 2017 car, just with all the quirks and diva-like qualities ironed out. One of the senior engineers explained to me this was a simply more sorted car from the get-go, and this allowed them to build on the strengths of this generation of car. The livery was also evolving as well. If you take a look down the side of the chassis, you can see 4 lines which represent the 4 championships that we've won in the modern era. One of the things that we haven't showed you yet in this series is one of the most important things on the car, and that is the 3-pointed star. Each one of these is airbrushed by hand, and it takes 27 steps to go through the process and takes around 40 minutes to complete. One of the things that some of you may have noticed is this is not the pristine, clean Formula One car that you usually see. You can see that it's quite dirty and grubby, and that's because this is the actual car that Valtteri Bottas crossed the finish line in Abu Dhabi with, and we've left it exactly that way. In fact, down the side here, you can see one of the driver headrest cooling panels, which has been ripped off during a pit stop to help with the cooling. Our rivals put up a much tougher fight this season, and Ferrari and Red Bull really stepped up to the challenge. But we managed to hold on to both championships for a 5th consecutive time. Lewis secured an incredible 5th driver's title in Mexico, and the team went on to wrap up the constructors' title in the penultimate round in Brazil. By the end of the season, the W09 had scored 11 wins, 13 pole positions, and 25 podium finishes. Next time, we'll take a look at the W10 and how the team tackled a new set of regulations for the 2019 season.